It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins football.
We are about 15 or so miles. This Miami are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
All right, go get him now.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Williams. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Marino to throw it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior, and then the win goes to the defense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to keep driving
Air before the receiver even turns around. That's a result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Elway. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
So 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Early down stuffs to put this off in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Elway. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Thomas brings it in. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Not just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Elway looking to pass again. And Thomas, now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be, doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Williams. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Marino. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Clayton. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offline hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Marino sets up. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground, now on 3rd.
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you know, don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Now it's Elway. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Elway. He's got his man sharp, complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Elway to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably fourth down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Marino will look to throw on 1st. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get it up to the 3-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Marino. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's down right around
midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From midfield now, Marino. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 4th down. Here's Marino. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Clayton. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Second and 4. They could still get a first down without. Now a 10th carry. Here's Will brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Marino to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 5-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he had no room to run as one. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But in goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Elway will throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 3rd and 1, it's Elway. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On 1st and 10, it's Marino. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Marino will throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Marino here from the gun. Able to get it up past the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see this suck about it all the time. But out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Little, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Elway.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Elway. He gets it to Thomas.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now Elway. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a pickup of 6.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Little, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical scene. Gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Davis will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Elway. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Broncos are back within a score. There's no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented to go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now Marino on 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Marino. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
What's the deal, y'all? Let's focus in on what we gotta do here.
Here's Marino. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Second for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. Get him down on the other side of midfield.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Marino, it's Hill, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Out of the gun, it's Marino. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. It's in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Now it's Elway. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? Benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now it's Elway. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Elway. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw as a response.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get it to a one-score game at half, that might provide a psychological boost. It's caught. Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense.
as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elway to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Broncos. From 8 yards out. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. This 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
First down, Marino. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go, baby. It's showtime, baby. Let's be smart. Let's go. They can't stop. Give us all. Hey, what we got? Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Marino. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Marino sets up. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is version.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throw on first down with Marino. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Denver. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside give to Davis. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. To throw is Elway. That's complete to Sharp. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Elway to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They fake the give. Now Elway. Over the middle to Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Force and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Up the middle they go. Little. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Elway will throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try the left side. It's Little. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the 2nd half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Marino to throw.
Gesicki hauling in the quick throw. Biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block to catch the football first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the counter, here's Williams. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Marino. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Marino. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And Marino's throw there incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Marino's incompletion on 1st down leads to 2nd and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, as he did there.
Let's go now. Let's go. Go back to work, boys.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Marino to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
So they're able to answer back here in the 3rd quarter with a field goal of their own to move back in front by 3.
Who's going to be able to break serve? Is it going to be Borg or is it going to be McEnroe, one of the great Grand Slam epics? Go ahead and look it up, folks.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now Elway. He's got his man Sharp complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play action. Elway.
He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Now Elway on 1st down. Thomas brings it in.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Now it's Elway. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Now it's Elway. Thomas has got it complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. A good last play. He's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On 2nd down now, it's Little, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Marino.
This one swung out to Williams. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He is going to find Hill here.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Williams, running right. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They run it again with Williams.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 74 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this.
Bearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now it.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a first carry for their fullback.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And Nathaniel Hackett apparently disagrees with the ruling on the field, and he's going to challenge this one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
You know what we need, baby. Hey, been there, done that. Let's go, baby. What's the deal, dog?
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st. And Williams is in for a Miami touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Be perfect. Let's do this, man. Let's go. I got you, baby. Let's go, baby.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Here's Elway.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The Broncos on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Elway to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs just to make a big play and disrupt things.
First down, Marino. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Marino's incompletion on first down leads to 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Marino. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And late. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
Denver's offense now set.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing now, Elway on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he's brought down, getting this to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Little. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
On second down, it's Little, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production means they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Elway. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Marino now off the bootleg. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Marino. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is out now, the Broncos. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back. Compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
On 1st and 10, Elway. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Elway. Throw left side, complete to Sharp.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Elway. That's complete to Sharp. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Elway to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's going to get a solid get brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
The Broncos in their hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Here's Elway. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're... And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So the Dolphins now down by 4, and time a huge factor. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Marino. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Marino to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Clayton. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Now it's Marino. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Marino's incompletion on 1st down leads to 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
One last shot for Marino. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.